Hey guys, it's Ps4 back with another video this time, and we're here with another Marvel Legends review, and we're reviewing these Amazing Spider-Man with Vows 2-pack with Spider-Man and Spinneret. And yeah, so I'm finally getting around with this. I got it from Entertainment Earth. You probably saw the unboxing and everything. And I was kind of wanting to wait a little while because I wanted to wait a bit and hopefully get like another stand, and then there's some type of flight stand so I can use a flight stand on both of these. But sadly, that's not going to be the case. So again, what pose I have at the end will give is what we kind of get for me. But yeah, we'll go into the box first. Again, this is actually one of the first reviews with the new plastic-free box packaging. So if you guys saw my unboxing of this was just in like a cardboard like cage like thing, and for both of them, each had like their like slots and stuff, which people already posted online that basically people are just easily stealing the figures out these new boxes and everything. I haven't seen any of these new boxes in stores. I've seen I've seen like the ones with plastic. I haven't really seen any Spider-Man ones. I'm still looking around for the bombastic Bagman. I definitely want to get that figure. But yeah, enough talking about that. Now let's go over the box itself. We got Spider-Man and Spinneret, and their names up there. And then we have the art, both of them in the comic book arts. Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man, Renewed Vows, and then Marvel Legends up there. Spider and 60 Amazing Years. Again, it says 60 because and then we have like a cool artwork down there. Picture of both figures. Picture of both of them in the comic book arts, like I said, and then a picture of the figures again with their accessories. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the box. I really think that's enough with the box. Now let's go over the accessories, and then we'll go over the figures themselves. So yeah, first let's go over accessories real quick, and we did get these 3 sets of hands for Spider. As far as Spider-Man goes, we have 3 sets of hands what they should come with all Spider-Man figures. So we got the fist, again, both 2 pairs of fists. So like I said, here it is. I will say there's a little misalignment with over here with the thumbs and stuff. With a little bit of the knuckles. You can see right there is a little misaligned. A little bit QC issues on this one. I don't know if you guys can see it that well, but again, we do come with those hands. And then we do get a pair of, obviously, the Thwipping and the Walcott hands. Here's just the opposite sign for both of these. For both of them, which, again, it doesn't, I don't know that this is accurate, it doesn't extend over here, but I guess it doesn't. Wasn't in some cases, so yeah. And so far, everything's fine. There's a few missing parts, like in the middle, it's a little bit missing, and it's not. There's a few parts not connecting. The same thing goes a little bit over here too. A little bit of the thumb, if I can. You can see right there, it's all not connecting. And here's the other 2 hands in some cases for Spider-Man in some cases and stuff like that. So, and then for Spider-Man, we do have the Peter Parker head sculpt, unmasked head sculpt that looks pretty good. Because using that photo real text ones they've been using those for comic figures. I will say this eye is bugging me a little bit, but honestly, it could be nothing. It just could be me. And that full real tech could be just making it look a little off. And obviously, I'll be showing you the head sculpt later, and then we'll go over Mary Jane's accessories. And for Spinneret, we do have basically these set of hands. Even the female Spider-Verse characters should have. We have pair of fists. Again, they're just plain white. There's nothing really too much to go over it. It's just plain white, and they're shining off the light of the the computer, again, of my laptop. Again, I still want to get an actual computer and stuff like that, an actual camera. So, and then we got a pair of wall crawling and thorpen hands. Again, this is I'm actually gonna have 2 thorpen hands at the end of the video, but I'll go in that later. But yeah, we do have those, and then we have the opposites right here, and then we do have, and then obviously the last bit is the Mary Jane on masked head sculpt which we'll go over the actual masked head sculpt later. But yeah, this looks okay. Again, I will say the one that came with the Gwen Stacy figure looks better because I think that's using full. I think that's using a little bit better. Like maybe that's using full real to like the photo real stuff head. But again, I don't know. The shade looks okay. Again, this kind of looks a little too, kind of almost too cartoony, and like maybe the eyes. Everything else looks okay. It's just I kind of prefer that or head sculpt, but I don't have it yet. So yeah, that's pretty much it for all accessories. Now we're going over the Spider-Man figure because people have already seen this body mold before with the retro card Spider-Man, but as you know, I don't have that retro card Spider-Man. So honestly, I will be going over this first because this is the first time I'm reviewing this on this channel because this is the first time I had it. So yeah, I did get this. This is the first time getting this body mold, and yeah, as far as decal goes, it's pretty good. I will say there's a paint splotch up here. I think it's just, I kind of wish I don't get QC issues on Spider-Man figures, but I don't even know. That might have already appeared after I played with it a little while. And you're going to see this one's a little kind of hazy. The line on the bicep here is a little hazy. But yeah, as far... And then, I don't know, a little mismatch with the blue. But the biggest thing is that, so yeah, there's that. As far as everything else, everything's pretty much okay. I don't think there's any issue besides a little white, for some apparent reason, on the back of this logo, and then a little splotchy on this side. But, I don't know, it's not too bad. I will say the biggest thing that people will kind of point out is that both Spider logos, front and back, is a little bit too big and not accurate to the comic, because I did see, again, they have the comic art, and this one looks like slightly smaller. The one in the actual comic, this is kind of based off, they're kind of basing this 2-pack off of, it's a little smaller. But I'm not really bothered by it. I think there are some times where this Spider logo is actually bigger. Even some multiple artists probably did that. Yeah, and that's what I'm thinking. All the paint, all the comic designs on the feet, on the leg, on the actual feet, and down here on the calves and stuff like that are pretty good. On our lower legs, at least. And all this is pretty good. There's no messy things like my Ps4 Spider-Man, but yeah. And then here's the back logo. Like I said, just everything looks pretty good to me. Even the head sculpt looks pretty good, and it's not completely like the Ps4 Spider-Man one. And then the big thing is there's no pins, so there's no like inside, like with the arms, we have a red pin, and then we see the red pin on this side. So yeah, we don't get any of that, and yeah, all as far as aesthetically, this one actually looks pretty good. So a quick thing for Spinneret that this is again both from a universe where Peter and Mary Jane never stayed married. There was no One More Day, Mephisto, or anything. And besides dealing with the villain Regent, basically taking all the superheroes' knows and taking their powers and everything. And again, they had a daughter, Annie Parker. I think it was Annie Mae Parker. I think maybe, or Annie Marie or Parker. I think around those two. I'm blanking out on that, but as far as her having powers, it's actually using a suit that mimics Peter's powers, and the one drawback if it uses too much, it makes Peter weak. So it's not really a Spider powers, Mary Jane with Spider powers, but it's actually suit mimicking. She does get the Venom symbiote, but he doesn't use it. So far, he only uses it in the renewed Vows comic. We don't see it again in the Spider-Geddon comic, and I don't know about in the Spider-Verse comic that's going on right now. as far as detailing goes, everything looks pretty good. Again, I'm really glad they kind of made this figure. You got the red and white. We have the red outlines right here, web lines, and we have the white web lines for the red. And everything looks pretty good. Again, the logo might not be accurate because I actually looked at it because it looked a little smaller, but both of them look pretty good. Like I said, everything looks pretty good. Again, there's a little paint chipping right there on the side. For some apparent reason, but like I said, everything looks pretty good. Again, this is pinless also, which looks pretty good. The head sculpt looks pretty good. The hair looks pretty good, so it does free up some articulation. And like I said, the max looks pretty good. Everything, even the expression looks pretty good. Everything looks pretty good on this figure. I know I'm kind of like saying things now, but like I said, I really do like the look of this figure aesthetically. Now let's go articulation. So now going over the articulation part of it. So we're going over Spider-Man first. First, we do got the head. The head joint does go that far. It's not using a disc hand. It's using that weird ball peg system with a little cut in the back. So in some cases, it does work. It does work, but when you have it like straight and stuff, you don't notice the little gappage, which it still has that kind of issue, but it's a little fixed. But I don't know, it's just, it goes up like not really that far in some cases. It's just not too far up, but honestly, again, I think it's more noticeable with trying to do that crouching pose, but it just goes up that far, so it does still work the most part. It can move down this far and then go side to side, or 360. 360 for the arms. Both can go into a T-pose, almost like that. Legs have swivel, double joint elbows, which are pinless, like I said. And then also all the hands go rotate and go up, hinge up and down. So everything there. We have a diaphragm joint only right here, which we need to just go with like that. And then you have an ab crunch, like an ab crunch, similar to with the line clutch figures, and then also with the 12-inch spine, which I still need to review. So you can crunch that forward, and then this far back for your back flips and everything. And let's kick up that forward, which is pretty good. But also, and they can also go that far. But also these have drop-down hips, so you can go out a little bit further in some cases, and same thing goes for the kicks. So you can just kick up that far. And yeah, I really do like the drop-down hips. And then we have a thigh cut, double jointed pinless knees, which can be a little bit loose, but it's kind of still strong in some cases. Aces, and we do have a boot cut, and then we do have a hinge at the foot, and ankle pivots, and then we also, for the first time with 6-inch figures, we do have a toe hinge. And yeah, everything you need for Spider-Man to be amazing. And like I said, everything's pretty good. And here is Spinneret with a few different figures. I got the Marvel Legends Spider-Woman, which is just kind of like the only figure that's kind of like using an older using like a non-teenager body. I just kind of figured I'd just go with this one, and then I just throw in like In Space Joe because I'm mostly just making a point here, which again, once they kind of just if they kind of pull like an ab crunch, like a lower ab crunch, like similar to this, you can bend this forward and everything, stuff like that. Even though I think this is, and again, it's still a little bit more than this, because this doesn't actually move. This can only go one forward a little bit, unless you're doing some modding and stuff like that. But yeah, they really need to figure out a different. Should really add something like this to the line, to the female Marvel Legends figures, like I said, and in some cases, aces, like I said. And I just feel like that. But also another thing I want to show is that there's no the pinless joint between this and this this, and like I said, and of course this one has double joint elbows, so that's another thing I kind of hope that maybe we can get like a new figure of this, just, I don't know, just a revamped type thing. Maybe using this blind mold, or still using similar to this in some cases, but I just really think pinless joints, double joint elbows would work with this figure, like I said. But yeah, these two side by side look pretty good. And now to do some comparisons with Peter. So yeah, first I wanted to go do a side comparison with two different versions of Peter. Basically, two Peter Parker Spider-Man. So we got the PS4 Spider-Man, Game vs. Spider-Man, and then we have the piece of Spider-Man from way back in the day, which is actually one of my favorite Spider-Man figures to date. Like I said, I really like this figure still. It's still got like a bunch of like QC issues. Like I said, the biggest thing is it's literally over here with the foot, and that's the foot with that weird just QC issue that kind of like splotch. You guys can see it, right? Again, I just really like that this one doesn't have that. And like I said, and like I said, I did have this for a long time, and again, this thing's already kind of, and for some reason this torso is cracking a little bit, so I'm trying to be careful. I try to be careful with this one. I'm still thinking of just using this for like that pose where that's like we created that one shot in the comic where Peter's punching in Superior Spider-Man in midair and stuff, and then we got like this Ps4 Spider-Man, which I also appeared in Spider-Geddon. I don't know if he's gonna appear in End of Spider-Verse though. But like I said, and I do like I like all these 3D figures. I just kind of like this body mold the most. I don't know if I kind of like this body mold too much, but again, I still like it. I still like this though. It has some issues, but again, I still like it. And now that we get cut off for a bit just to do this for a minute. Here he is with Superior Spider-Man and Ben Reilly Scarlet Spider. I'm just gonna include the Scarlet Spider Ben Reilly. You kind of get the point with the Ben Reilly Spider-Man, because that's practically just the piece of Spider-Man mold. But yeah, again, I don't know. I kind of want a new one, but again, I don't exactly want a new one at the same time. I'm for this guy, but I don't know. I do want a new Superior, because this guy is actually, because the new one's towering over it, and he's using a clone on block. And this is actually just Doc Ock and Peter Parker's body, so they should be the same height. So honestly, I feel like they really need a new updated version of Superior. And then just, and last but not least, we do have the Spider-Man 2099, which I completely forgot, which is also covered in dust. And then the Big Time Spider-Man. I can't even call him Big Time Badass, because honestly, they might just re-release this. Maybe it's time to get a new one with using this body. Again, I can go on forever about it, but again, that's kind of like my point. But while it looks pretty good, I kind of wish we got like that new Spider-Man 2099 was using this body mold. So hopefully we'll get that at some point. I don't know. I just kind of want like a full Spider-Verse line in some cases, with new versions of this Superior, and maybe Kane, and just a bunch of the other Spider people we don't have in figure form yet. From the Spider-Geddon events, from the Spider-Verse events, all that other stuff. But yep, that's enough with the comparisons. Now let's go on with... That's enough with Peter Parker comparisons. Now let's go with more Spider people that's not Peter Parker. But again, and I did also forgot another one on stuff. So that we won our Spider-Man figure that is Peter Parker in this last bit that I completely forgot about. Well, at least the ones I reviewed. Here he is with Kane and Miles, and again, I still hope I kind of want a new Kane using this body mold, but I don't know. I'm kind of okay with this Kane though. It kind of still works for it. I will say he's a bit tall. Of course, now think about it, I still kind of want to, because since this guy's actually taller, or Or maybe they're exactly the same height. Again, it's hard to tell at this point. Points, like I said, just trying to look at it straight. I don't know, maybe it's a tad bit taller. I think maybe I could kind of want a new Scar Spider-Cane figure, but again, I don't know. No, but like I said, I do think we need a new comic book Miles with a new teenage bug for the guys. Same thing with the girls. I kind of want a new one. So they get done with those two for a little bit, and then finally they get done with our comparisons with different Spider people. Here is on both these figures with the Mayday Parker Spider-Girl, which again, hopefully we get a Spider-Man figure. Again, both versions, the kid version and the teenage version, which, again, and I'm pretty sure she was a teenager because I think she was in high school during the later comics. But I really think we need also a new teenage Buck, again, not just with different articulation, because this one has like a lot of, this one Spider-Girl I went over my view, and most of the figures using this Buck, it can't crunch forward that much, and then it can crunch back, and it can't crunch forward, and then has that issue with the legs, where it can only kick up that far. Again, I can go over for today, but again, like I said, I really like a new teenage Buck and also a new Spider-Girl figure. Like I said, I don't know, just even though we can also just like an updated Spider-Woman figure, like I said again, with the end of Spider-Verse event, there's gonna be more Spider-Iron people. So again, that's enough of the comparisons. Now let's go into our final thoughts and our final pose. I kind of figure I'll just put it Spinneret on the Mayfax stand, just do something different, and yeah. Now, like I said, and it's just really good This is a really good 2-pack overall, like I said. And I know I just kind of, but again, just going back to the pose, I did something similar that I think it was the YouTuber named Fwoosh did with kind of like like a mid-air kind of double left shooing hands for shooing pose for Spinneret, and this one I actually thought of myself just utilizing the toe joint and everything. And like I said, just to give you a clearer look at this, is using the toe joint, but yeah. Overall, I really do love this 2-pack, like I said. I've seen some YouTubers say that this one's a little overhyped, and some people like the first appearance Spider-Man, which again, I still like that figure. I don't have it yet. I'm still planning on getting it on Amazon. And then like Dad, they get it on Amazon. I don't know. Like I said, I got just plenty of things to think of doing, but like I said, just right now I can't really get it, and want to say. Now my pre-orders go through, but it might be getting around the end of the month. I don't know. No, like I said, just got so many things in my mind, but like I said, but getting back to this, some people say this one's overhyped, mostly Spider Criminal. YouTuber named Spider Criminal, but do I think this figure is overhyped? Maybe a little bit, but in some cases, I kind of don't care. I really like this figure. It's my first one using this body mold. First figure using this body mold, so honestly, I like this a little. I still like it. I definitely like the Spinneret figure. Again, it's a pretty good figure. Has both of these have the hands, and that should be have with all. That's the amount of hands that I think both the female Spider people and the female Spider person and the male Spider person who gets both of them. None of them left out. And head sculpts are pretty good. But again, the next figure I review is not gonna have like an easy thing. I'm talking about a newer figure, which I'm probably gonna review. Just gonna get it out of the way. But again, which you could probably guess what I'm talking about. Like I said, but overall, I really like this. A really solid one for the Beyond Amazing line, and I still hope they get a Spider-Man figure. Both the kids were kind of like the, I think it's like 8-year-old version, or maybe 12-year-old version. Maybe one of those two. I don't know how old she was in the comics at that time. And then also the teenage version. That's the teenager version, which came when she was in high school and everything. during the story when she was in high school and everything. Both of those I really would like to get for these two. In some cases, I think I wish this was like a 3-pack, but again, I don't know. No, but I guess they just couldn't work it in this time. But that's pretty much it for the review of the Marvel Legends Renewing Vows 2-pack with Spinneret and Spider-Man. But remember to like, comment down below what you guys think of this figure, this 2-pack. Do you like the Spinneret figure? Do you like the Spider-Man figure? Do you think this is overhyped? Do you disagree with that statement? And that some people said, or just one YouTuber said. And like I said, and no offense to that guy, again, everyone has entitled their own opinion. Comment on anything down below, advice for the channel, all that stuff. Click the subscribe button, more videos coming soon. Common Rare, Marvel Legends, all that junk. And like I said, you have a unboxing video going out after this video. And then, of course, it'll be like done after midnight, so that's another thing. And click the share button to share this channel to your social medias, and also to beat the algorithm and get the 500 to 800 subscribers before the end of the year. I really want to get to that mile point. So, and that's pretty much it. And this is Size 15, the Golden Rider, kicking out.